Hi guys, it's Ray. We are starting a new cup today. We are going to work on a thick today, fatty. I believe this is a 20 ounce. I'll verify that later. But we're going to use this vinyl and this decal and just keep it super simple. I spray painted this lilac so far. This was from the July Butterfly Lane Design sub box. So that'll be our decal. This will be our vinyl. And I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. But I'm going to measure around the cup first. So just under 11 inches around. And I'm going to go with 7 inches tall. So I'm going to start by scooting that out of the way. And we're going to cut this down to 7 inches after we cut off the bottom white layer. And one more. And then we're going to cut it to the 11 around. So, excuse me. This goes this way because the I Love the 90s is right side up. I think I want to I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm going to trim this down first so I can get a better feel for the size of it. Because I don't want it to be a full wrap. But I don't necessarily want to use or lose that much of the vinyl. 1 second. And I don't really want any of the coordinating vinyls in here. So if I leave this like this, how big a gap does that give me? Bear with me here. So I need about 4 inches to put this decal in. And about 3 1/4. So I think what I'm going to do is measure in 4 inches and mark this. So I'm going to start at the 2. I'm going to start at 3 because 6 is in the gap. I promise this is going somewhere. So 7 will give me my 4. And then, what did I say, about 3 down? A little more than 3. So I'm going to cut this down to pretty close to that 3. And then I'm going to turn it and cut it off just at a little bit of an angle on that 3-inch mark, or somewhere below the 3-inch mark. Hopefully that made sense. That way when I wrap this, I've got that little angle that I like to do when I do 2 pieces of vinyl, but this was done out of 1. And my decal can sit in there, and I will pinstripe all of that. Make sense? Hopefully. So, put this away. And we are going to create an anchor point, of course. I would have done a second vinyl, but there wasn't a coordinating one that wasn't a stripe, and I didn't want a stripe on this one. It's just not what I was going for. I'm going to get it lined up. I'm going to peel this off. Get it started, flip it back. Grab my big squeegee and wrap her on. And we didn't do too bad. Nice. So that'll give me a place to put my decal in without hopefully overlapping too much. It shouldn't overlap at all. This is still cut pretty wide. So we're going to get this over. We're going to get a coat of epoxy on it. We are going to put a little bit of glitter. The touch of violet I'm going to do everywhere, and I may find a chunky just to sprinkle on the bottom itself. I don't want to come up the cup, but just a little something something. So we'll get over to the turner and get that taken care of. Okay, I am mixed. This is spinning. Like I said, I was going to put a little bit of the Touch of Violet Diamond Dust in here. This is from It's Pretty Personal. I'm going to give this one a pretty healthy scoop, because this is kind of a, it's got a lot of color, but it's kind of like flat color. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm okay with really shimmering it up. I don't know, I prepped this cup a while ago, and I have a list when I prep cups of what I prepped them for, and I have nothing on my table that coordinates with what I put that I prepped it for, so I decided to go with this vinyl instead. I'll probably find, you know, the original set somewhere as I go, but it's alright. I wanted to use this stuff anyways, so worked just fine. I also have a cup that I just spray painted the top and the bottom black with, and I have on my list lilac and black, and I don't have anything that coordinates there either, so I'm still trying to figure that one out. This is what happens when you don't work for almost a month. I'm just going to pour a little bit in a cup, and I'm just going to oops. I don't know if I want to, I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I think I might just do just a tiny bit sprinkled around. I think I mentioned this in the unboxing, but I love this one, even though I'm not a 90s kid. Mostly because I like the troll, because I'm a 70s born, 80s raised, and we had a ton of trolls. So, yeah, we're gonna let this dry. We'll come in, we'll do our pinstriping and our decal, and we will take it from there. Okay, so this is dry and ready to move on. I'm gonna pinstripe it with purple. Surprise, surprise. I'm just going to use nail tape, and I'm going to use the thickest size. So that would be 3 millimeters, I believe. And so that is how we're looking. Do have a little bit of chunky glitter at the top. So sometimes at this point, I like to take just a little piece of sandpaper, a little sanding block, whatever, and do a little cleanup. And I just kind of let my finger go around the rim a little bit when I do it this way versus the flap wheel. Just to give it that nice clean edge all the way around. And I don't really have any epoxy inside. I just have a little bit of overspray from the paint. So this is just a teeny piece of magic eraser. And I just take a little tiny bit of acetone. I'm doing this before I put my decal on, because if I do this after my decal sealed, or before my decal sealed rather, I could screw up my decal, and I don't want to do that. don't have any paper towels in here, so I'm going to grab a baby wipe. Alcohol-free, fragrance-free baby wipes are your best friend in the craft room. Now you have a pretty clean inside, a nice clean rim, and it'll make the final cleanup a million times quicker. I do want to make sure I don't have any acetone on my hand. I'm going to cut a little anchor point on my decal. And we're going to see where it fits. It's going to go pretty close to both edges, so. Peel your anchor, and kind of like applying the vinyl, you apply your decal. So we're just gonna get this back over and get another coat on it. Okay, so I am mixed up and ready. I am just gonna get a quick clear coat on here. This will likely get one more clear coat after this coat, and then it will be completely done, but it doesn't need any more additives or anything, so she's good to go. Okay, so that is it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're sorry about that, we got interrupted for an Amber Alert. But that is it for this one, and I will see you in the next one. I heart the 90s. Oh, and the bottom just had that little bit of glitter, remember? Just to dress it up a little bit. So that is it. See you next time.